Chapter 78, Switching Mode with Concentration. Su Cheng chewed on his apple as he asked Ranjing, "You've worked as a criminal police officer for so many years, have you seen a professional killer before?" Ranjing shook her head. "Close to none. We normally deal with normal criminals." Su Cheng then looked towards Shen Yao. "You for sure haven't seen any before too, right?" Then, he shrugged his shoulders. "And you guys are here to protect me? Do you know how professional killers assassinate people? We have a dozen undercover agents. Anyone coming close to your room will be immediately identified through our internal communication network and intercepted." Su Cheng asked her, "You know that the three gates are trying hard to get rid of me so they can kill off the morale that has been spiking in the police force, but do you know who they are hiring to do the job?" Ranjing paused for a moment. "Nope." Su Cheng was speechless. He asked again, "Then have you guys learned the details of the hospital's floor plans and the entrances, exits, corners, and such that the assassins could use? Do you know the entire layout and surrounding terrain of this hospital? Also, have you guys practiced for emergencies?" Ranjing also had her thoughts. "I don't think it's necessary. Think about it, you just killed Gate Master Yan, so if something happened to you right now, then wouldn't it be clear that they were the ones behind it? They wouldn't be stupid enough to act during this time period." Su Cheng smiled. "I don't think so. If I'm the three gates, then I would pick right now to take action. First of all, I'm severely injured, so it's the best opportunity to kill me. Secondly, the three gates could just push the blame onto North Gate, since it makes sense that the North Gate members would try to avenge their leader. If they don't take care of me right now, they will have nightmares when I fully recover and get back to work. By then, do you think it will be easy to assassinate me? Besides, even if they killed me and infuriated the police, what proof would there be to show that they were behind it? The law and court only look at evidence, not personal feelings." Ranjing was a bit embarrassed by Su Cheng's on-point analysis. "And that's why I was confused about why you just came like this to protect me. And Shen Yao too, do you think this is a joke? Hurry and go home. If possible, Ranjing, you should go back too and don't get dragged into this. Get someone else to guard me." Su Cheng didn't want these two to get involved and get hurt, and he also felt like if something were to happen, those two would only weigh him down. "You think I want to protect you? I was assigned to this job by my supervisor, I'm already on the lower end of the stick not being assigned to go to the North Gate cleanup operations. My whole team complained for a while because we had to stay and babysit you." Ranjing snorted, "Oh, and you are overthinking this. I know for sure that they won't be picking a time like this to assassinate you." Su Cheng was speechless. "I really doubt how you made your way up to the criminal police captain position. You have no brain at all. You even doubt my professionalism." Ranjing wasn't happy. With her hands on her hips, she said, "Wanna bet?" "Su Cheng, bet what?" "If no killer appears in the next 2 days, then come report to my squad after you get out of the hospital," Ranjing said. "Report to your squad?" Su Cheng was a bit surprised. "I don't think you can make this kind of work transfers." "Of course I can't, but you accomplished something huge this time for the director at HQ. I doubt he will let you keep wasting time at the local police bureau and will probably transfer you to HQ. If you lose, then come to my squad, and I will let you know the power of Captain Ran." Moving to the criminal police department meant he had more power to apprehend criminals. Su Cheng felt that was all right for him, so he nodded and said, "Okay. And what if you lose?" Ranjing said, "Come to my squad, and I will call you Captain Su." "Interesting." Su Cheng laughed. "Deal. We are not completely useless too. At least, you can tell me what you want to eat and I will go and buy it for you." Shen Yao really wanted to leap onto Su Cheng and strangle him. "This is the first time a stinky man doesn't want me as a company. Well, I'm taking care of you because you helped me win money. Otherwise, why would I be in the mood to stay here?" "Humph. Didn't you bet on North Gate's leader?" Su Cheng asked. "After all, I'm the daughter of a businessman. I will lose big if I bet on that and lose, and what if the unthinkable did happen? Besides, there's barely any profit even if I bet on that old dude and win, so I might as well bet my money on you and try my luck," Shen Yao said, very proud of herself. "Last time, I lost so much money because of you. Who knew if you were hiding some tricks in your sleeves that might actually beat the North Gate master? So, I bet my money on you." Su Cheng looked at her with approval. Very nice, you are quite smart. Well, I just decided to gamble once, it wasn't because I believed in you. Shen Yao pouted. Okay, Su Cheng, the doctor said that you need rest. Talk less. It's 11 o'clock at night now, so you should sleep. We will rotate our shifts and supervise the nurse when she changes your medication and drip. After saying that, Ran Jing started organizing the messy table. Su Cheng nodded and decided to take a nap. Suddenly, he remembered the change with his eyes earlier, so he felt he should take some time to figure out his eyes first. Could it be this time that he fell unconscious that caused his vision to mutate? He opened his eyes, there was still no change. He closed his eyes, opened them again, and there was still nothing. Shen Yao saw him closing and opening his eyes, so she asked, "What are you doing?" "Nothing. I was just unconscious and sleeping for too long and wanted to tire my eyes out a bit so I can go back to sleep," explained Su Cheng. Then, Shen Yao stopped bothering him. Su Cheng was quite confused, how could he change his vision to before where he could see through everything like an X-ray? He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, allowing himself to concentrate. After brewing for a minute with his eyes closed and attention focused, when Su Cheng opened his eyes again, Ran Jing and Shen Yao both became moving skeletons in his eyes. Su Cheng was shocked and he immediately closed his eyes and told himself to relax. Indeed, he wasn't dreaming. His eyes really had undergone a qualitative change. When he opened his eyes again, maybe it was because his level of focus had decreased a bit, but the scene that came to his eyes almost gave him a nosebleed. It was like Shen Yao and Ran Jing's exterior clothes had become transparent, and he was able to see them only in their bras and underwear. The exquisite, rich, and perfect outline of their chests shocked Su Cheng, he felt like he switched to the wrong channel. To be polite, he immediately closed his eyes, his heart beating. He kept groaning in his heart, what just happened? How come I could see their skeletons the first time, and when I opened my eyes again, I could only see through that layer of clothes? Can I change the depth with how much concentration I use with my eyes? At the thought of this, Su Cheng concentrated his attention and opened his eyes again. This time, the scene of a lobby came into his eyes, and there were many beds and patients and the nurses on duty were changing medicine for them. Su Cheng immediately closed his eyes, relaxed, and opened them again. Everything turned back to normal. To ensure what he saw was true, Su Cheng really wanted to ask Shen Yao if she was wearing a violet-colored bra. But he kept his mouth shut, because he would get beaten to death by her. Or, he could also ask if she was 36C. But he would get beaten to death if he asked that too. Su Cheng had no choice but to ask Ran Jing, "Is the area next to this room the public area for IV injection?" Ran Jing paused for a moment. "Yeah, how do you know?" Su Cheng could hardly contain the excitement in his heart, and he was at the same time very shocked. The scene he just saw was actually the scene on the other side of the wall.